Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. Welcome back to Geiselsberg map, and if you're looking straight ahead there, you see a bare tree. This is Geiselsberg Seasons. Man, normally today, Friday for me, Saturday for you, normally today I record an ATS video, and I did. Well, I tried to. I tried many, many times, and it just wasn't happening. I gave up. I was very, very frustrated. I went to the gym, worked out. That always makes me feel better. I came back, checked out the ModHud, and lo and behold, there's Geiselsberg. So normally today, Saturday, you'd see an American Truck Sim video. Didn't happen. Instead, we're going to explore Geiselsberg Seasons and see what time it is. So where are we at? I did keep my save game. You see, we brought all the equipment in, and oh man, I don't even know where to start. I guess we'll just start with the map. So we do still own all these fields down here. But because it's seasons, obviously we lost all of our crop. And as far as what state they're in, they're all harvested. And no weeds, no fertilizer, none of them need plowing, and none of them need lime. And we've also got these two grass fields under here down south of the farm. We own those as well, do we not? Yeah, we can own and harvest. Or we can harvest both of those. Okay. So that is one thing. Now, I did turn off all my animal mods. I was using cattle breeds. I was using the animal helper. And there were a couple others in there. I turned all that off. So this looks a little different to me, but I didn't want anything to interfere with seasons because it is so aggressive with the way that it handles the animals now. So these are all of our sheep, and they're all okay. They're all intact. They're all fed. But we've got some different things now in here as far as their age and how much wool they're producing and various other things. But they have water, they're clean, and they are fed. So that's that. And then for cattle, our beef cows, let me see. Yep, age is right. Now these are all male. Is that what that means? Let's see if yep, I guess. So the limousine are all male. They're beef cattle. So these are not going to reproduce. We have to buy these and then we just mature them and sell them. I think that's the way it works, almost like the horses. Okay, but we did keep all our manure and we did keep all our slurry. And they are clean, they have water, they have straw, and they have TMR. And then down below at our dairy, now this says not fertile. I don't know if that's based on age or season. This is not a time of year that they're breeding. So we'll have to monitor that. But we also kept our manure, we kept our slurry, and we've got some milk to sell. And then on the other side, they've clean, they have water, they have straw, and they've got TMR. So that is that as far as this southern farm. Let's go back here. Nope. Back here, I said. Now, if we go up north, and we're going to drive up there in a second, I want to drive around the map and take a look at it. If we head up north, you remember this forest right here, we bought it and we turned it into a grass meadow. This is all trees again. Now I'm going to need to take these back down. However, we do still own this grass meadow, and I bought this big forest here and had just started the process of turning it into fields when it updated the season. So obviously we didn't do very much work here, but I also bought field 5, field 11, and field 15, and I planted them with grass. So we've got this field out to the west, and then we've got field 5, 11, and 15. All of these can feed our BGA at the moment, and then we'll continue working on these forests, this one to the west of the BGA and this one to the east of the BGA. And we'll drive up here and check this out as well. So it looks like we kept nearly everything. We kept all our equipment. We kept all our land. The only thing we really lost was the forest that we planted. No, reverse that. The forest that we cut down. We lost that. And we also, let's get a HUD up here. And we also lost all the soybeans that I planted off camera. Well, we started planting them on camera with Courseplay, but we lost those as well. But you know what? It's worth it. The fact that we were able to keep everything else, it's worth it. So let's, in fact, let's get rid of our HUD, or at least that part of it. Now, I've got these, there used to be more trees on the map. So we'll see what happens as we're driving around. But I put these little barriers in here because I always miss the turn for our yard. But yeah, this used to be sort of bushier. There were more things to the left and right of the road. I don't mind. I mean, I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just making the observation that it was a little more dense before. So it seems like it's opened up a little bit. Now I want to see if some of the wood piles and things are still around, because I really feel like the map maker did things to make the map hard to navigate, and I kind of like that, I have to say. So one thing I also want to show you before we take off to head up north, as we were trying to put seed into our seeder and planter with Courseplay last week, I was lamenting the fact that I didn't have a tank to pull up to, something static that would not be seen as traffic, and right. So I found these. I think these look great. They don't. Some of the tanks that you can place have like they'll say seed on the side in giant letters. Not very realistic. I think these look super, super realistic. But here's something funny. I put one in for seed, I put another in for fertilizer, and I put another one in for lime. These actually integrate with your own silos that are already on the map. So I put, I want to say I put lime in this one. And when I tried to fill this one, I could access the lime in it. And then I scanned a little further and I can actually access all the canola that we have put up as well. So I only needed really to place one of these, but I don't mind that we have three. I think it brings a little bit of life to the yard. And one other thing, while I'm thinking about it, let's confirm we do still have we don't. We no longer have our oh no, we don't have our canola. We had 200,000 liters of canola stored. Is that really gone? Oh no. Okay. Well, that's about 200 grand we just lost, plus all the soybeans in the field. Okay. You know what? Like I said, so it goes. We got to keep our map and all of our equipment and all of our land that we've already bought, so I'm not going to complain. Just making the observation. I'm curious if those have anything in them now, as far as the seed and fertilizer that we bought and brought down here, that I brought down here off camera and put in those new tanks. I wonder if that's all gone too. We'll find out. So, seasons, right? I love it. And it does something with the lighting too. I don't know if Seasons has its own skybox, but I feel like it does something with the lighting that I really, really like. It just makes it sort of, you know, Farm Sim 19 has always been, from day one, it was like desert solar furnace simulator. Like, turn the light down a little bit, fellas. I know you've got some great textures and reflections that you want us to see, but the glare on a steel trailer, it's crazy. It doesn't need to be that bright. It's not always sunny in the summertime. So I really like that Seasons brings the light down a little bit. I think it makes it much more lifelike. And this is all great so far. Now there was, and this will be our first opportunity to look, because there used to be a wood pile up along this field that I was forever running into. So I want to drive up here and see if that pops up as we cross the LOD distance. I want to see. Yeah, that was right up here somewhere. That's looking like that's gone. No, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I was curious if all those things were still in the fields. Okay, cool. I like that stuff, even though I do run into it. I mean, I guess that's the whole reason it's there, is so that you can't use big, giant equipment. Works for me. Definitely works for me. All right, so we'll get this backed up. We'll get back on the road, and yeah, I'm really glad I don't have to buy all this equipment again and bring it down here. And, you know, we're going to be starting over on the fields as it is, so it's nice that we don't have to start over on everything. Although, I had sort of mentally and emotionally prepared myself for that as well. And I had some ideas about a different direction to take the farm in. But I'm enjoying Geiselsberg too much to give it up. I think we've got at least another few episodes in us. So, why does that look like grass? Moment, please. It's not grass, is it? That's, moving. That's, field 32 is soybean, is it not? Certainly is. Okay, well that's a different kind of texture for stubble than we're used to seeing. Looks pretty green down there. Okay. Okay. I also turned off, I've got the real dirt color mod. I turned that off as well. Essentially everything that could possibly interfere with seasons, I turned off. Because this is the first map I'm going to be playing on the channel with seasons, and I wanted it to look like what the map maker intended and what the folks from Realismus Modding intended. I didn't want to bring in other mods and have it sort of muddy the waters, that we don't know what we're looking at. I want to be looking at just the work of the map maker and the seasons crew. Well, I'm loving it so far. This looks really, really good. And most of the trees on this map, there's got to be 30,000 trees on this map. Most of them are pine trees. So we're not seeing a ton of, it's not like more of a UK style map where you have a lot of hardwood trees. And so everything in spring looks really bleak. It's still pretty green in this part of Germany in the spring, apparently. I'm also curious, because I haven't been through here yet, but I'm also curious if, as we get up next to the store, as we pass through that very, very narrow area of the road, I'm curious if we can still fit through there. I mean, we could always fit through, but it was with difficulty. I don't know if the map maker opened that up a little bit. I don't know if they moved anything or if they just swapped out the trees and added a snow mask. Everything else looks to be pretty much where it was before. And sometimes when a map maker goes to a 1.1 or 1.01, or however you want to say it, they'll move some things around and fix some things. So let's see if they widened it out here. Not that wide, though. I like the tight map. I like that you really can't use big equipment. That is something I appreciate about this map. Right, so it's going to be right up here. Right about here is where it really narrows down. Can't tell. The MB track, as big as it is in real life, it is comparatively kind of a little baby compared to our 7 and our 9. Yeah, we fit through there okay. All this looks the same. All this, I mean, I'm just going by eye. All of this looks the same. And I do have traffic turned off at the moment because we were doing so many things back and forth with courseplay. I wanted to sort of keep that simple. Courseplay is tricky enough, and when you throw in traffic, it gets even trickier. Right. So I'm going to go through here, and we'll head up, and I'll show you. Now, as soon as I fired the map up, I did go to the BGA to see, did we lose our grass field? And we did. But I saw that it also, the meadow where we put our BGA, the mesh had taken everything back to grass. All the concrete, all the gravel, all the mud, everything that we did under there. Well, the bunker brought in its own footprint of concrete, but when we widened it out, the other areas of concrete had all been converted back to grass. So everything was grass. So I did do some quick and dirty painting just to put concrete back under there. I'll need to go in and finalize it and make the little scruffy gravel bits and little muddy puddles around the corners and the mud under where the taps are to pick up your digestate. Just a little detail stuff, but I'll go in and do that off camera. But yeah, I'm digging it, man. And now is this all grass? Why does everything look like grass? Moment. This can't all be grass. Surely. Maybe. It's grass on the verges. But then it's, well... So I'm looking at fields 6, 16, and 17. Are these all fallow? What's going on here? It says they're just nothing. Not nothing. I mean, everything is something. You know what I mean. But it says there has never been crop there. There is no crop there. It's curious. I wonder what those are going to turn into. I hope they turn into something. That's a little, immersion breaking to see all that pool table green. So it goes. So it goes. Right through here. This is all working. Now this is withered, or this is... Moment. This is cotton. It says it's harvested cotton, so I guess this is just the empty plants that we're seeing over here on the left. Okay. Okay. Now we do still have our solar panels, and we do still have our wind turbine. So we are going to be making 100 grand a day in passive income, which will certainly get you out of the hole. You know, that makes spring a little bit less daunting for a farmer, I would think, to know that they're making that much money. What does that work out to a year? Like 3.6 million a year? Yeah, that'll do it. That'll take the edge off. And yeah, right here in front of us, sort of in front and to the right, this is field 5, 11, and 15. 5, 11, and 15. Right. I bought these with the intention of making everything from field 5, 11, and 15, everything north to the edge of the map will be one giant meadow. So you can see from here out to where our equipment is already grass. And then behind the equipment and further north will be grass as we get all those trees cut down. So that is something to put in the BGA to start with. And then over here, our forest is back. That was a little, you know, that was a little punch in the gut. But you know what? It's just a game, and it's, you know, we cut it down once, we'll just cut it down again. And if anything, maybe I kind of like it like this, you know, with our BGA tucked back in here in the trees. It's not bad. So maybe we'll leave it. I don't know. But that is, I think that's about all I've got for you today. Like, yeah, I just put in basic gravel, you know, back around here. This was all grass, so I put in gravel just to kind of neaten it up a little bit. But I'll have to, you know what I mean? Decorate it, make it pretty. And oh God, and I'll have to do a little smoothing. I think our chipper can go. I'm going to sell that so I can sculpt this down a little bit. Yeah, because I can't make the bunkers any lower. And with the chipper there, I can't make that any higher. But this right here needs to be smoothed out a little bit. That's way too steep a drop off. But yeah, I'll just get rid of that thing. So I think, yeah, we'll call it right there. I just wanted to, oh, and we lost all the grass that we put in here when I made it concrete again. It overwrote the grass, essentially. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. So yeah, man, Geiselsberg seasons. I am so excited. I'm really, really excited about this. I can't wait to jump in and play a little bit. So we'll set the brake. I'm going to hop out. And we'll call it right there. Yeah, look at this overcast, cloudy sun. I love it. I love it. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 19. This is Geiselsberg with Seasons, and we'll see you next time. Take care now.